everyone. My name is Harpreet Kaur. Today I'm going to start a new series on database, and it is really important. The reason behind is because either you are looking for data scientist job, data analyst job, full stack developer, web developer. In every case, you have to come across the concept of database because every company nowadays is using this concept to implement their new product, to launch their new product in the market. Either we talk about the concept of the Instagram, Facebook, Gmail, Twitter, whatever the company we will talk, they have a huge number of users, and to store their data, they need a rigid database concept. So it is really important, and anyone who is belongs to uh, computer science engineering field, IT field. Now we have a sub branches: artificial intelligence, machine learnings, IoT, and even electronics and communication civil. If they want to jump into as a data analyst position, they have to have the knowledge of database and the basic SQL concept. So this series in this series I will make sure that I will teach from the basic concept step by step, and at the end you are able to understand and comprehend each and every concept in a detailed manners, and you are able to implement your own project. And definitely in the end of this series, and along while I am explaining the concept, I will let you know the various questions that every company asks during the interview time, your placement for the students, as well as how to make your own projects in using a database, and how to create your own LinkedIn profile, GitHub profile, where you can upload your project and make more chances to come forward as a better candidate as compared to the another students. So let's, without wasting time, start the concept of database. So now before moving to database, I will let you know each and every basic concept. So first thing is come, what is data? So any raw fact and figures which not provide us any meaning it its own, and that is called data. So here let's take example 101 John 5000. These individual terms not make any sense at all. So what I need to implement some concept, and so that I can process that information and get a useful information from here. So when we process our raw data and perform some operations on it, it gives some meaningful things that is called information, and which help us to make many useful decisions, as many companies do a forecasting like in which product is best to launch in the next summer or in the winter, because they are getting more sale from that product. So it is only possible when we do this thing using the concept of proper proper database concept, and when we have a complete information. So next is, what is now database? So related, when we have a collection of related data, and we organized in such a way that we can easily access and manage it. So basically the collection of related data is called a database, and what is database management is when we can easily access and perform some type of operations on it. So I want to store the employee record, store in a table form, student information, so user, Gmail users information. So all these things are called a database. So now to manage all this huge data, definitely we need some software, and that is a database management system. It is a software that help us to manage, to perform various functions, data storage, then query processing, security, backup and recovery. And on top of that, we have various softwares available in the market that with the help of them we can implement this concept. So we have a SQL, MySQL, PostgreSQL, Microsoft SQL, Oracle database, SQLite. Now, many I have heard from many students like we say it, either SQL or SQL. So please don't go into depth of that. You can use any terms. It is really appropriate use both in academia and industry. So let's move next to the concept after. Now every database can be represented in two forms, either relational or non-relational. So first, going deep into these ones, I let you know what is now relational database. Most of like even in the Gmail, Facebook, like not in the Facebook, let's take a normal database when we are making for a banking and other ERP system concept. So where we store the data in the form of tables, and that table, everyone I think know it, it has a rows and column. So the vertical things we call as a column, the horizontal we call at a row. So table is collection of basically a row at columns and rows. And every table in database as a technical term we call as a relation and not. And every table have their unique name. Like I want to store information about any institute. So in an institutions we have employees, that means the faculty members, non-faculty members, and students. So I take example only employees and the students here. So every student, every employee here has their unique identities, attributes associated with them. Their employee ID, their address, their name, their salary, their department, their date of birth, and their phone number, there's so many things associated with them. So all these are the attributes that are associated with the entity called employee. Similar for students, we have their marks, name, roll number, their email ID, their phone number, so many things. So we want to store the huge things in our system. So what I mean to say here, so any table in normal terms where we store the information in the form of columns and row, we call it as a relation in a database. Then every relation have their unique name. Here for employee, for the student information we say student, and similar. Now I said every employee have their different information. We store that in the form of a row. So that row in technical term we call as a tuple. So our first row consists of 101. That means there is some employee who has uh, the employee ID 101, name is John, and the salary is 5,000. This is not a case nowadays. No one can have a 5,000. It's always more than that. But this is just one of the example. And then next is the 102. So basically in this table we have, in this relation we have three rows, or you can say three tuple. So remember what is tuple? Sometime normally in the interview they ask, the panel asks you what is tuple, and students just, what is that? They just amazed. No, you have to answer it very clearly, very in a very firm way. So tuple is what it is. We store the information relevant to any employee or any students. It is we call in a normal term as a row. So you have to answer that thing. Similar, the every I told every entity means again relation have their attributes. So those attributes are stored in the form of columns and represent these, what they represent, the data field. So employee ID, name, salary, so all these things consist of the attributes. So now what is we conclude now, basically now let's conclude what is database. So database is a collection of related data, and to access and to manage it properly we use a concept of database management. And for that, we use the concept of DBMS as a software that help us. And We have many software available in the market. With the help of that, we can create a database and perform various operations on it. So we have this one, and but in my series, I will implement the database concept using the concept of PostgreSQL. And in the next video, I will let you know how to do a setup. If anyone who is new in this field, they can know how to install. After that, like we will start practically implement those queries that are in the SQL. And one thing I really forget in this video, that is, I told in the very beginning, we have our relational and non-relational data structure. So, sorry, database. So, a relational means when we store anything in the form of tables, and non-relational, we store anything in the form of the records. So, it is in the form of files. So, I will give you a very few differences here. Like it is in case of relation, it is very structured one. It has table, it has fixed schema, it has scalability. We can increase the size of our server. So as I have already given example, MySQL, Microsoft SQL server. So these are the example of how we can implement. So the examples where it best use, we can best use it using in the banking system, ERP, hospital management systems, library management system. Those cases we use SQL. So even I already let you know, we will discuss the acid property in the coming videos. Okay, I will make a separate video what is those acid properties. So, and next thing is in the non-SQL, what is when we are talking about real-time database management. Let's take an example here. I just posted one small short video or any picture on Instagram. What will happen? This is a real time, and it's many people all the time we get a notification. Oh, someone has updated their small video on the Instagram. So we start watching those reels. So what is that? The as we just post, it is available to everyone. So what is happening here? So it is there is some system who is working in such a way that it collect what is occurring at the moment. So the thing at a time when something is happening and we are capturing those information, we manage that thing by using a non-SQL, and it is unstructured. That means we are not storing in the form of a table, but there are ways we can do this using help of a MongoDB. So this is example of non-SQL. So Apache, Kafka in the Facebook that we use, and here we have like a storage format is JSON, XML, key value pair graphs we can use, and real time. So social media, all the social media is the best example where we use real time analysis, and IoT, Internet of Things. So we have a control of things with the help of IoT, and those also store the present moment in our system. So for that, we also use some database that is no SQL, you can say. So first, when I'm going to make the series, I'm just going to focus on the SQL, the relational database. After covering all these, and after giving few projects that you can add into your portfolio, I will jump into the NoSQL. Okay, so this is about today video. So this is the basic concept. It is a little like lengthy for the small concept, but it is very important to know more about for those who are very new about this field. Thank you so much, everyone. I will come up with another video, and then we'll start the implementation concept. Thank you. Have a good one, everyone.